Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Okay, let's see here. Let's turn this to more night. Boom. Okay, 1 2. What's going on, gentlemen? Changing up the format a little bit. It appears that the last video I did where I was just sipping a little bit of brewski and shooting the shit did fairly well. I got another day off, so... And this is my actual day off. I was sick yesterday, and God bless antibiotics. Actually, something a little funny. Shorts and Patagonias for days. I went and picked up my antibiotics, and my brother, who works at the pharmacy, wrote "Feel Better Pussy" with a heart. So it's nice little family gestures like that go a long way. But Valley America, I mentioned this in the Hershey 2020 video, and I didn't really explain on it or get really in depth about it. But I did some work over on these lighthouses right there, and I had a video of making those time lapses, but it just looked kind of shitty, and it was a really boring video, and there wasn't a lot of substance to the video whatsoever. So I figured I would just scrap that, and I just sounded like garbage, and I was in a pissy mood. I was in a post Valentine's Day slump, and sick and tired of you dipshit lovers. No, I'm kidding. If you found a woman or a man, I don't care what you're into, good for you. I think there's more complexity behind that, and a lot of you are just afraid of being alone, but that's just my opinion. I'm a bitter single man drinking on a Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Tuesday night. So, and tonight's beverage of choice is Yangling. Shout out my boy Thomas. Really got me onto this my freshman year of university. It was actually, piss water out of Pottstown, Pennsylvania. But let's get into the park here. I'm doing something a little different where I'm just going to basically be wasting your time for about 20-30 minutes looking over this park, but mainly because there's a lot. I put a lot of work into it, but you can't really tell because it's not a lot done. It's just been a lot of like realistic tiny details and stuff, like these little patios and the transition from the International Street into the Outer Banks. This is cool though. This right here is the Outer Hanks restaurant, and this is directly ripped from the Cedar Fair properties, most notably King's Dominion with they have an Outer Hanks. It was when it was under the Paramount era, I believe it was Bubba Gump's Shrimp something based out of the Forrest Gump movies, and then Paramount pulled out, and the trademarks all out the window. Same with the Italian Job, the Flight of Fear, same name, but it was the Outer Limits, which was a Paramount series, I believe, about aliens, which is cool, which is neat. But I believe unless it's Disney or Universal, most theme park copyright stuff is Plague. I haven't been to Warner Bros. Park or whatever it is over in Australia. It looks like they got a good selection, but I'm not holding my breath on ever trying to get down there. The spiders are huge and the toilets flush the opposite direction. I almost said wrong way. How ignorant and American of me. But yes, so the Outer Hanks restaurant, I just figured it would be appropriate to put in the Outer Banks section of the park. But this is like a really kind of finished up end of the park right here. It looks good, like this little transition. Let's go back to the entrance real quick. We'll just do kind of a real walk through. So, Jesus, that's slow. Let's change up a few things here. Key sensitivity, -4. Okay. I find myself messing around with the settings on this game a little bit too much. I'm never actually satisfied. So, here we are. Finally got the Eiffel Tower done. The top up there and a little kind of tower. And this little kind of brick tower that was just kind of plain and nothing, I finally got around to putting some sort of a roof on that. We'll look over that here in a sec. Let's take a quick little peek at that little bugger. Just some art piece triangles and stuff, and using some wooden posts to kind of make it look nice. Really serves no purpose. I don't think there would ever be a practical use for that space. Went ahead and finished off, for the most part, these office buildings, put a bunch of aircon units and some realistic elements like the fence blocking the large units from view of the park, in the parking lot theoretically, but you have these giant exposed ones. It's just very industrial, very, very lifelike, I guess. So strolling down the International Street, which is really more, this one side's going to be Liberty Way and then Patriot Avenue on the other side, but I'll get around to doling this all out in Americana swag in a minute. But as we come along here, there's that hot dog stand from the last video, into the Outer Banks. You got this nice seating area right here. I'm trying to see if there's, I don't think I'm going to try and cover up this view of the back part of the Outer Hanks restaurant. Just because, you really can't. Because if we're focusing on realism here, there has to be some sort of backstage areas to access all that stuff, and that's what we filled in right here. But, looks realistic in a sense. Sometimes, unless it's Disney or Universal, you're really not going to see that hard of an effort to try fixing my hair, apologize, to try to cover up backstage areas and stuff. I know Disney has a patented color green or whatever, where it's see nothing green or something like that, where it's literally a secret shade of green where you can't see anything. It blends in so well. That's not how we do it here at Valley America. This is a Cedar Fair park that had a very as the park progresses, you'll see where the scars of the Paramount days of owning this park were still left. So I'll address that when I get around to it, but I got ideas. I really want to do kind of a spoof of Volcano and just call it Volcano the Pass Coaster and have it kind of be a replica like that, theoretically, after the success of it at Kings Dominion, after it opened in the 90s, I think it was, late 90s, early 2000s. I think it was the 90s. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not going to look it up. I don't give that much of a shit. But then this Valley America ordered a second one. But we got the Outer Hanks restaurant here, some seating out front, and then this little area is going to be filled in with seats and patio, like a patio and stuff, and umbrellas and benches and everything, looking out over this little lake, which serves, we'll get to this part in a second. This was something really cool I was kind of happy with. There's Carolina Winds doing its thing. I just love how this flies right over this little section of the park. I just think that's cool, interaction and stuff like that anywhere and everywhere we can. There we go. This is really this was inspired by NC-12, which is the main road through the Outer Banks, and just the power lines going along the water. I think in this big open splotchy area I have a cool idea for how we're going to do beach houses and integrate shops into the bases of them, have them up on stilts and kind of be looking out over the water and everything. They'll be functional, they'll serve some purpose, but yeah, I'm stoked about that. Then you come over here. I went and did this cool awning around the turn of Carolina Cyclone, just using some wood tile panels or roofing, and put some seating under there. I got a little bit of work to do on the station still, but I'm going to use sheet metal roof pieces that you can move freely off of an axis and make it look like basically that it was torn up in a storm, kind of Twisted Timbers at King's Dominion kind of vibes. Second favorite RMC. I've been on 3: Steel Vengeance, Lightning Rod, and Twisted Timbers, and I easily clocked over 100 laps on Twisted Timbers this past summer, which is a real panty dropper, fellas. I tell the chicks that, and they're like, "Oh my god." Not actually. But I don't know if it's my second favorite, because I got on Lightning Rod this past fall, but I only got to get on it twice because the group I went down to Tennessee with kind of sucked eggs. When I go to the parks, I go to the parks, and I will lap everything 20 times and just take a ton of pictures and spit off stupid little facts and everything and just really get immersed into it the way most of us theme park geeks do. But I only got on it 3 times over the 2 days that we visited, and that had me pissed. But it was just as crazy as I remembered it the first time I got on it, which was May of 2017. Yes, that was a very formative month in my life. We'll leave it at that. But I think Twisted Timbers, as it warmed up, I got on it opening day, and as it warmed up throughout the season, it just hauled ass over those triple airtime hills. And it was just insane. That was the go-to. My buddy Carter and I, we would just drink and ride that thing. And we knew some of the ops, and we would just leave a ton of room on the restraints and ride it in the back. And I'm so excited for the parks to open back up, boys. You got no idea. But yeah, so we built this little awning. this is all kind of tied in together. Got to finish up the queue. The queue is neat because it runs right under the structure of the ride right here. I'll take a little tour, if you will, under the structure. Here's going to be the cattle pens. I call them cutbacks, but my European friends that I watch do this stuff call them cattle pens. So cattle pens are going to be in here. Going to theme that up mediocrely, like Cedar Fair. Mystic timbers, twisted timbers. Insert adjective and then the word timbers here. Theming. Got to do this transfer track, and then yeah, it's cool. And let's get to these lighthouses real quick. So basically, we got Currituck Lighthouse right here, and we got Bodie Island Lighthouse right here. 2 lighthouses in the Outer Banks. Currituck is actually my favorite lighthouse in the Outer Banks. I love it. I love visiting there. Hatteras is really neat. The story behind Hatteras is really neat, how they actually put the motherfucker on like tracks and moved it away from the ocean. Look that up. I'll link something down below for you to see it. But Currituck is my favorite just because I vacation in Duck a lot, and it's like 30 minutes up the block, which really is not that far. It's just, people don't know how to drive when they're on vacation. So go to Currituck a lot whenever I'm down in the Outer Banks, mostly Duck. And I just wanted to I knew I wanted to do 3 things with the Outer Banks section of the park, and that was the Outer Banks sign with all the roads, build a lighthouse, and have an RMC. So those 3 are done. Now it's just kind of filling in the bitch. But yeah, so this is actually really cool. At night, kind of looks like the Battle Los Angeles, and not like the movie, the crappy, like CGI action movie, like the 1942 Battle Los Angeles, where the city blacked out and like the Air Force was fighting shit in the sky and stuff. Look it up. I'll link something down below to do your research on it. But if you're into aliens and conspiracies, it's one of the go-to that we ramble on about. But this definitely gives off a Battle of Los Angeles vibe, like 1942 shit, and I love it. I'm thinking maybe one more lighthouse. I'm thinking I would probably do like an Ocracoke or something, which is the short, stubby white one, and maybe just place it over here in a corner off the water. I don't know what the future holds for this body of water. I definitely think it's going to expand back a little bit more, but it does kind of turn into this river kind of deal around here, around the back plaza, around the Eiffel Tower. And this was just a quick little build that I did. I just kind of lined this with trees, built this sidewalk with the fences and stuff. Maybe put some fountains in here. I'm not entirely sure. I got to doll up and build a bridge right here. And then this is going to be kind of the back midway where it's going to be like just a long strip. I'm thinking maybe a sky ride, midway games, and maybe a racing coaster along the back. But I don't want this to be like an exact copy of King's Dominion, but it's looking like it's going to lean towards that. I got to go do my research on some more Cedar Fair parks and read some books. Because like these books are incredible if you're into theme park nerd stuff. The images of America, images of modern America, all these things, really good reference points. Sam, I want my Carowinds one back, you motherfucker. Read it and give it back. I know you're watching this, so give me my freaking book back, my guy, because I need references, even though I can use the internet. But I'm just playing. Take your time. But I am gonna want that back before opening weekend because I want to do my research and eat off a bunch of coaster nerds' faces with knowledge about the park's history once we get down there. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the what the future holds for this body of water. And the beach, I'm thinking I'm just gonna stick some umbrellas down, make it look like an actual beach and stuff like that. I don't know if it's gonna be functional or anything like that, or it's just gonna be for show. But yeah, just excited with how this turned out. I love building these lighthouses, and I know the scaling's kind of off because technically the lighthouses go like this, like they get thinner as they go up in real life. It's very slight, but it's noticeable, and I could have done that here, but I just didn't feel like going through the hassle of lining up. I might go back and fix that because it is bugging me. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to little details like that. Like I have a big ambitious idea for a project, and then I get it done, and then I'm like, well, it could have been better. I could have done this, and totally getting that vibe here, but we'll see. Not entirely sure what kind of flats we're going to be doing. I do have to fencing, nothing but fences around the Steezy RMC Carolina Cyclone. But those are all little details I have to get to, and it does protrude into the parking lot a little bit here, and I do have to fill in the parking lot with parking spaces. Again, it's just one of those technical little details I don't want to have to deal with. But yes, that's basically it, boys. I'm going to get more work done on this side of the International Street. I was in a real building mode earlier, but I just didn't do it. I can kind of feel it when it comes on now. But this spot over here, probably going to fill it in with a coaster, probably maybe an Aero, maybe a B&M sit-down. I really do want to use the F25 or an invert. Not entirely sure. I was trying to conjure up ways I could incorporate the front entrance with like a flyover, kind of like with Fury or Gatekeeper, but I'm not entirely sure on that. If anything, I'm best doing that somewhere around here at the front and having it fly over like that, but I'm not too concerned about that just yet. Yeah, I have a lot of work to do under the Eiffel Tower right here. I did kind of test out something right here around the support, and I think that's kind of just what I'm going to go for around the 4 supports here. Fill in all this with some foliage and stuff like that. Put some lights on it. Finally finished off the top right here, and it's just a bunch of siren lights. I know it looks sloppy, but from a distance, it gets the job done. I might clean that up just because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, but yeah, got a bunch of lights on it. It looks gorgeous at night. So hot. So yeah, I mean, that's really what's been going on here in Valley America. It looks good. The more details I add, the happier I get with this. It's just, again, putting an emphasis on realism and scale and stuff like that. Got to fill in the queue over here for the Carolina Winds. I've really got not much else to say, except that I do appreciate you guys checking out this project, and all of you who have subscribed. Like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate you guys, doing that. It does really mean a lot to me that there are people out there who think this is cool, and I know there's a big market for this kind of stuff. It's just I didn't know if I was necessarily good enough to have kind of a following, and maybe I'm too hard on myself, but I'm definitely improving as an overall builder, and I'm excited to see where this channel goes. I got a lot of plans for it. We're going to get a little shitty down in Charlotte opening weekend at Carowinds and ride Copperhead Strike, my first mock coaster. I'm stoked. I keep texting my boy Carter. I'm like, dude, it's going to be better than Maverick. It's going to be better than Maverick. Maybe not. But just because we only got on Maverick a handful of times, again, we were just whoring Steel Vengeance. Whenever there's an RMC, that's all I will fucking ride. It was literally, I didn't even get on Millennium Force that much when I visited Cedar Point. So my boy Carter and I are planning out our Cedar Point trip as we speak. And by that, I mean he needs to text me back on some final dates because I need to book a fucking hotel. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be lit, you guys. I'm gonna take the camera and we're just gonna get shitty drunk and film ourselves around the park. It's not a vlog. I'm not going to be vlogging, but it's going to be kind of vlogging. But I'm also, I don't know, I just have some ideas. And we're going to be making a move here out of this space, taking all this cool shit with me. But we're going to be setting up a new space in a new studio in my new place. And I'm just going to eat off your face. Johnny Rhymes in the booth with theme park related content. It's going to be fun. That won't be until midsummer or the fall. It just depends on when I decide to make the move out to where I am moving. And for those that I am tight with and talk to on a regular basis, you know who you are. And it's anyway, not anyways, by the way. I'm just going to... Can't wait to get on the move. Very idle right now. This tends to happen in the winter, but spring kicks in, I just get lit and I just start busting moves. So it's all good. We're going to figure it out. But yeah, just figured I'd check in and show you guys what I've been up to here and change the format up a little bit and show off the face behind all the douchey commentary. Now you can see the douchey facial expressions I do with the douchey commentary. I'm too hard on myself. I know I'm awesome. That's probably going to get me some dislikes, but fuck you. If you don't have confidence, you don't have shit. So I do appreciate you guys sticking around for this long and listening to me ramble. I'm going to do more of this kind of content and format and footage, just not always drinking. Literally, this is my first one. I got like 4 or 5 more I was planning on drinking, but it's literally Tuesday night and I want to read. This is my current read right now, by the way. If you can get your hands on this, it is on Amazon. Always Cedar Point by John Hild. I can't pronounce this. Hildebrandt. John Hildebrandt, former GM of Cedar Point. Get your hands on this book. It's a long one, but it's so good. Like, it's been fun. I try to set aside an hour before bed to read instead of watching Netflix like right now. Parks and Rec is on. It's a funny fucking show, but yeah. So just surround yourself with theme park stuff, nerds, and really attack it. I don't know where I'm going with this, but thanks for checking out Valley America, and if you made it this far, I applaud you because this is so cringy, but I appreciate you, and I'll be back with another video. Valley America, Hershey. Might jump into Appalachian Adventure and do some stuff there just because that was a fun park. Like, I was poking around in it today. I was like, this is actually a lot of fun to build, even though it's, well, shit. But we can fix things up. We can always delete things and redo it. So we'll see what's up there. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in a couple days, maybe tomorrow. Depending on when this gets put out. It'll probably get put out tomorrow. So I'll see you the day after tomorrow, which is a terrible movie, by the way. Dennis Quaid's a good actor, but that was a terrible movie. So, yeah, I'm out. I love you all. Thanks for, again, sticking around. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I will catch you motherfuckers on the flip side, all right? I'm not doing a peace sign for my outro. We'll end it on this.